say I got my pop's demeanor and mother's features. The garden's still private as ever. The gang driving together. Your boys striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and holding comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in the bed like him. Cause they don't love it. 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 I've been laid back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to be unbreakable. I just realized that this whole game is takeable if I want it. And I do, yes, I want it. I don't care how you feel about it. I do what I want. I used to look up to the people that I'm moving in front of. It's not that crazy anymore.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins.
Stand up. Do the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this. In my can't see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the number one candidate. Captain's armband, I'm making key plays. When I'm doing shows, gotta get it all prepaid. What you? I'm on it, break, no side, no about these ways. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next up, but I'm the number one candidate. Starboy excellence. Them other guys irrelevant. They all on. Zoe Kravitz half white, half melanin. Baby face and a white gold tooth cap. I treat the waiter nice, she love that. I mix the blueberry pie. It's not what I wear, it's how I rock that. If I can buy that twice, I'll cop that. Sweet 110, spot that, chop that. Tryna lock me at the tell her it's not that. Do the he say, she say, getting no delay. Run it like relay, bro. You ain't got it like this.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now the rookie third-round pick, it's Devon A-Chain. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
White on second down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. You look at this Eagle defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Isaiah Rodgers. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
The defensive coach is losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They give to A-Chain on the option. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, a pretty nice effort.
2nd down, it's White. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete.
And the smart player there is probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. In motion, the tight end. White on 3rd and long. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. They go back to the ground game with A-Chain. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The left side completion to Jones. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy, either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Hill to return it. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
To throw on 2nd down, here's White. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught. It's Miller. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Swift is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Oh, the sneak. It's Hurts. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak, and they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah, totally stacked it up, unable to get it on 3rd down.
The kick by Elliott is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have the kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's A-Chain. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here's White on 3rd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Let's go.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Now a 2nd and 6. Now White. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. And the Dolphin first down.
They'll give up the middle to H.A. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon H.A. his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Eagles 10, Dolphins 7.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set. Julio Jones all alone. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and a couple. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. 7 yards there at a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They go play action with Hurts. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Targets Miller here on the out route. He's got him. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try it now with Swift. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott on for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
White now. A final shot before break. Eluding the pressure right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second down, here's the option. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really
the Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Phillips looking like he may be a long-term centerpiece of the Miami defense. Put up 7 sacks last season. The Fins, they're hoping he can become a game wrecker here in year 3.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. It's complete, it's Miller. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Smith will come in motion right. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. White's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. PHI now up the middle. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw, White. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
In motion, Hill. Throwing on first down, White. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He dumps it off to A-Chain. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Mostert off the read option.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Carter working his way back behind the line of scrimmage and dropping it for a loss.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hill going to go in motion right.
Now White. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Durham Smythe, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it. What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Hurts. This is Smith with the ground. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball? All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Swift.
Sheds off the tackle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 53 yards rushing forward to the ball game now at 14 carries. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. The kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's White. This pass complete to Higgins. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. White looking to throw. Pass complete to Higgins. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it. Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's White. Oh, Hill. Great grab. And he's brought down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. White. That'll be caught by Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
H.A. on 1st and 10. He takes it across for a touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Able to find Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. That catch puts him 80 away from 1,000. He's now at 920, and 920, that ties him with Torrey Holt.
That's a great name to remember, but the number, 920, almost boggles the mind, doesn't it? You're talking about 80 catches away from 1,000. What a phenomenal achievement. If he gets there, I have no reason to believe he won't.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Dolphins, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will head back home next week.
I count this money, then I count my blessings. If I ever took an L, then it stood for lesson. I'm the one, ain't no second guessing. Tried to dim my light, but my soul fluorescent. Wait, I tried to stay, but depressing. I even prayed to God, he ain't get the message. I'm living in the present, they gon' feel my presence.